Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Kal,
And I'm Chef.
and today we're talking about Mecha Break, which was first announced back in December 2023 at the Game Awards. And to be honest, I was pretty hyped to see a something along the lines of Gundam. You know what's the one that was made by FromSoft just recently? I always Armored Core. Is that what it was called?
Core. Yeah, Armored Core.
Yeah, and so obviously I'm interested in anything that's within the same vein as that, plus free to play, obviously, and just from the gameplay, I was interested. It looked fast paced, kind of along the lines of like anime style. It was just the games that we were used to playing back in the day on like PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2, where the game just looks like it's meant to just have fun. Now I can honestly say it looks like the characters, how they have to draw the characters, classic Goon material for their Asian audience. But I'm not here to judge out loud.
I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm here to judge.
I guess that's why we have the channel. But yeah, so I played a little bit, and honestly, I can say I was kind of disappointed by what I've seen and what I played. I didn't get to play a lot. Chef, you managed to play a little bit more than I did. But from what I can see, just off rip, there was nothing that jumped off the screen to say, hey, this is fun. I feel like my fingers were tripping over each other. I feel like the control scheme wasn't that great. The game also did not look that great even after, fixing my display and, trying to get the image to be as sharp as possible. I still feel like it still felt cheap in my opinion, and I'm interested in knowing if you felt the exact same way. Now, mind you, I have not played Armored Core, the one that FromSoft made. So I have nothing to compare this to. So, and I was still disappointed. So, Chef, you've already played, the Armored Core. What did you think about this game?
It honestly, in my opinion, it's a cheap knockoff of Armored Core.
Oh, okay.
I've got a grocery list of things that were wrong in my opinion. So we're just gonna go down the list. Okay, we're gonna go down the list. And yep, so cheap graphics. Looks like I'm playing through a cereal box. Explosions and general feel of the game felt like a PS2 port, and not a 2025 game that I can run on a top-of-the-line PC. Okay? Back to my previous statement of an Armored Core knockoff. If I wanted to play mechs, I'd play a AAA game like that and not some piece of crap like this. Anyway, controls were clunky. I felt like I was driving a cube. Honestly, like
true.
yes, the movement is forward, backward, and side to side, as if I'm 6 years old and I can't handle omnidirection. Brother, let me go diagonally,
trash.
okay?
I didn't even realize that is absolute trash that you have to do that.
Yes. Like, Minecraft has better movement mechanics than this, because at least I can go around in a circle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't even play the multiplayer. I'm not giving it the time of day. It's not happening.
You don't think the PvP would add anything to this game? You don't think it has any aspects, that might make it more fun? Honestly, to be honest, actually, you know what? Just thinking as I was saying that, probably not. I'd probably be more frustrated after playing PvP if I'm having this hard of I'm having this bad of a time just playing regularly against the computer. Cal here. I decided to give multiplayer a try, considering that's what's drawing most of this game's player base. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice by not putting hands on it directly. Now that I'm back from my work trip, I do have some additional thoughts. My multiplayer experience is leagues better than the tutorial missions they give you. Probably should have just dropped straight in from the get-go, because the tutorial seriously turned me off. Also, for some reason, I believe the cutscenes and gameplay were two different frame rates, which made the entire experience pretty jarring. I do enjoy the startup sequences. Sounds silly, but stuff like that does a great job immersing me in the experience. They also have an extensive character customization screen that I didn't expect, so that's always nice. Plenty to replicate that beautiful mug of yours, or something to goon to. Your choice, obviously. I also believe they've nailed the sensation of speed in this game, especially when using a mech that's built for it. Still not a fan of the clunky controls, but after some tuning on the controller paddles, it was a lot more enjoyable. Combat is flashy and stylish. This is what sparked my interest from the get-go.
I think they've done a great job of replicating that anime style action that makes it easy for newcomers to get their feet wet, while still maintaining space for a higher skill ceiling. But of course, these games all manage to kill their momentum by adding an insane amount of microtransactions. We have skins, patterns, paints, mods, and even weapons, with prices increasing with rarity. Pay-to-win weapons might be a problem down the road. These pay-to-win weapons might end up being a problem for them down the road, especially with their extraction mode, Operation Storm. But I will say they do have plenty that can be unlocked just from in-game currency, so I guess the balance is nice. But systems like this are a big turnoff. It feels like they're more focused on monetary gains rather than quality and longevity of their product. If none of this bothers you, then I can see how someone would put hundreds of hours into it. But if you play something like Armored Core, I can see how this would be a downgrade. I don't know. Am I being crazy? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. But thank you for listening. Now back to the video.
Yeah, exactly. And like what was I saying? It's just I'm not going to have fun if I'm playing PvP, to be honest, because if I'm having that hard of a time against the AI, what makes you think I want to sweat and get a heart attack from playing these guys online who
Right.
No, thank you. Next on the list, the plot is very reminiscent of Gundam, which I appreciate. I'm a fan of the Gundam series, but it feels kind of like a cop out almost, you know?
Right.
They didn't come up with their own thing, and the biggest thing for me was I couldn't exit the tutorial after I started playing. I literally
What?
shut
I did
down
not
the
see
game.
that.
Brother, I shut down the game, turned off my computer, came back to it. I was still at the same spot in the tutorial when I launched the game again. I didn't even get to the main menu.
Really? Oh, okay. That's
Really?
That's egregious.
That
They
it
locked
is.
you in for that entire time. Like maybe I just wanted to hop in just to get a taste for it, and then I'm like, oh, I'm
Yes.
actually having a fun time because I just hopped into a tutorial just to see how the controls were, and then I was gonna hop over into PvP, but I was having such a bad time. I was like, you know what? This feels so cheap. This makes me just want to go play the actual trip. I'd rather go play full price or whatever it is right now to go play something I know is better than continue wasting my time on this. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it's not a good game. It's not
But I mean,
like
you know, I also want to I want to encourage, new studios to come out. I want to encourage indie studios, to come out and try new things. I was hoping that this could exist as its own thing, in its own drama, in its own genre, but I'm just not getting that with this game. I'm not getting the satisfaction of playing it at all. Maybe there are people out there that, are actually having a great time. Maybe they have lower standards than we do. I've played a lot of games, man. I've played a lot of stuff that had passion, that people that knew what they were doing. I don't know what's going on with this game. Also, I don't know why it looks so bad. What did they make? This is running on Unity, isn't it?
no, I didn't see the Unity logo pop up, but then again, I played it last week and I put it down after the tutorial, so I don't know. Like it said the tutorial is 20 minutes. I said, okay, that's no problem. I put it down the first time after about 10 minutes or so. I spoiler alert, after the cinematic cutscenes and everything, I dropped down to earth, started learning the controls. I said, no. I put it down, started it back up. I'm still in the freaking tutorial, and I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
I did get through I did play against some of the bosses, and during that time, I feel like when I had to reassign some of the buttons to paddles on the back of my controller, because I felt like I'm having to jump between slot, like my movement. The movement isn't that great since I think they're binded to specific buttons on the controller instead of just letting you move in either direction. When it's like that, I can't just shoot and strafe like at the same time, I have to either you can use the claw method, which a lot of people do use on the controller, which is ugly. I'm not doing that. So I bind it to the back. But even then, I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. A big thing of like Gundam is like the movement. That's the one thing you need to make sure that you have down pat. Like, I'm sorry, binding directions to like the square, that's ugly. That's ugly. That's like the control schemes that we got from back in the day when the acceleration used to be the X button.
Oh my God. I remember that.
It's ugly. I thought we had left that behind. But no,
apparently not.
We are back there. I don't understand. I would have rather them. What happened to taking inspirations from the big dogs like FromSoft and being like, oh, I wonder how they got that. Let's take inspiration from that. Let's focus on, because this game is incredibly fast paced, or what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be flashy and like in your face, but the controls are completely crippling it. I just...
Yeah, I'm at a loss for words, man. I really am. Like, how do you think that you can put something out along the lines of Armored Core, along the lines of Gundam, and then come up with this product that's subpar? It's baffling. I have no words. Like, I read you off my grocery list, and that was that I made that list when I shut it off the first time, and then I came back to it, brother. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't. This is a beloved French, like Gundams anyway. There's like a beloved genre.
Yeah.
So when you do stuff like this, you need to come correct. You need to come hard, because there are a lot of fans of this, and I see people playing it. But I do not, because I was really hype about this game. Like I said, the presentation was great. I liked what I saw, and I was hype about seeing it. But then I get it into my hands. I'm like, why does it look so ugly? Like you said, I'm running this on top of the line hardware.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to push it to the max. Like, this game should look gorgeous on what I'm running on, which is a 40 series. And I'm pretty sure you've run a 40 series too, right?
I am. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's the problem? I don't know. I don't know why it looks so bad. And it's kind of like a trigger and a shock to me, because right now I'm currently playing Death Stranding, which looks incredible on PlayStation 5, and honestly, the game looks so damn good that you can barely notice a difference between performance and quality mode, and then I hop off of that, get on here, and my eyes are assaulted. And I'm sorry, I'm like, I understand art style. Like, I can get behind that. Like, you're changing the art style of the game. You want to make it comical, similar to how Borderlands has like those type of shaders, like those shades. Like, I love that type of art style. But I don't know what they're going for here. Like I said,
I don't know. I don't know either, man. It's a conundrum. Like, what did Patrick Starr once say? The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, and truly, it is an enigma. What the hell they were doing here, man? Like, what in God's name did you think? Like you said, top of the line hardware, and I'm looking at it as if, like, playgrounds and how they have that looking hole, but it's all scratched up from the kids touching it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how the explosions look to me, brother. It looked like
right.
Oh my goodness, what was that game? Star Wars, that Star Wars open world game when they came out with the trailers and stuff.
Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws. Is that
Outlaws, yes, talking about that. Yeah, it's given Star Wars Outlaws.
And of course, it has, because they want to hop on, like the PvP, and like it's free to play. So obviously, there's going to be, a lot of microtransactions, but they're already putting those in. People complaining about the repetitive maps, and they got like really basic mech customization, which is kind of crazy considering that's part of the reason why people play with Gundams, is the customization and making this machine, your mech, your own. But yeah, this game was made by, let's see, Amazing CSUN Games. You might want to take the amazing out of your name. That's kind of pretentious, to be honest. Apparently when you're putting out shit like this, yeah, I was correct. It was made on the Unity engine.
Okay.
Back last year in August, they had an open beta peaked at 300,000 Steam players. So you know the audience is there for it. They honestly outdid Marvel Rivals.
Wow.
But yeah, I was expecting a little bit more. Yeah, but I'm disappointed. I
Yeah.
don't have anything else to say. I'm just irritated.
Yeah, I am too. I wish I got back the 30 minutes of my life that I spent on this game. Because honestly, like I hadn't heard anything until you said something about it. So I had never seen. I came into this game with no expectations because I had never seen of it or heard of it before, and I was completely blown away by how cheap it was.
Right.
Like I don't know. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they'll have some time to fix it later on down the road. Or they might just end up
Yeah,
closing the studio altogether, because they can't make their payments. It all depends on how talented that team is and how tuned in they are to their community and listening to them. Because if you don't listen to that community, you're going to get burned and you're going to end up being homeless because you don't have a job. Let's be honest.
Exactly. Maybe with all these microtransactions, they can actually afford to do something better with it.
Ain't nobody going to spend them if your game is crap. That's the thing. Your game has to have like a great foundation from the start. And honestly, I feel like a lot of free-to-play games need to like hold their horses a lot when they start bringing in microtransactions so early. I'm sorry. Can you at least let people get some kind of like emotional attachment to your game and actually love your game before you start throwing a store in my face?
Right.
But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I'm really interested in the comments, whether or not people like this game, if they're enjoying it. What do you think? Maybe we expect too much. It's free to play, but then again, there are plenty of great free to play games that look and play 10 times better than this, so I can't even use that as an excuse. So yeah.
Let
us know in the comments. Chef, you got any other thing to say?
Nope, that's it. I kind of went through everything that I wanted to say.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.
See ya.